EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Mike Daniels able to drop him for a loss of 4.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Here's Jackson on third and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 53 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's third and 10. Third and goal, Jackson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the run, this is Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, Newton. And he locates Walker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Hunt. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Newton. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. Second down, Washington. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. They find some open field here. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. On first, here's Washington. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside, they can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Now Washington. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. This is Hunt. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Newton now to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Open man right side is Shark. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Hunt. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run. This is Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Incomplete to the tight end Walker, right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Newton. Trying to force it to his tight end Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
A handoff for Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun! Switch. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the give, this is Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Throwing is Jackson. Shart's got it, left side. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Detroit!
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to go deep for Conley. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They run again with Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Come on now. Great. 20.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They run with Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 50, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Jackson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, Jackson. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Newton. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Touchdown, Chargers. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Left side caught by Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. There to stop him, Chad Thomas. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Jackson. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Running it, Washington. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, it's Washington again. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's got that one complete to Darbo. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. And even 60 yards. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. DeAndre Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like he said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. They are, by the way, into the 4th quarter now in Oakland. The Raiders there have opened a 2-touchdown advantage. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Chargers are going to win this thing. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Right back to Washington. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the home team here, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.